Hello, my dear Sagittarius. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between June 1st to June 15, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Zero Marchetti, and I will start shuffling your cards. And I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading regarding my dear Sagittarius love life. So I want my dear Sagittarius to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I also want to take the chance to tell you that Mars will transit from Gemini to Cancer June 1st, opposing Saturn, that's going retrograde in Sagittarius. So in your sign, Venus will move from Aries to Taurus during this period, triangling Saturn, and will have a sextile connection to Mars during all this time. So we have a 9 of coins here. That's Venus in Virgo, actually. So we will have the full moon in Sagittarius, and also the 9th of June, and also Mercury moves from Taurus to Gemini. So it's very it's a rather special month for Sagittarius, and Saturn moving retrograde in Sagittarius, opposing Mars and triangling Venus, and Uranus opposing the Sun June 6th to 24th, 4th of June, opposing Mercury June 15 to 20. So it will be a lot of energy in your sign. And we have the 9 of coins coming out. So 9 of coins is about finding your inner paradise, like your inner stability. It's about making this beautiful inner space for yourself inside your body and also in your life. Maybe declutter a little bit in your home, throwing away things so you can make a more spacious home, more so you can feel more relaxed and content. And it's like making your life more beautiful, also taking care of your body better, eating better food, and maybe care a little bit more for your looks, so you will be more relaxed and like pamper yourself. Could be very good during this period. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds. So, my dear Sagittarius, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the now is probably the first half of June 2017, but whenever you watch this is probably the exact right time to see it. So the first card for you here is 4 of Wands. So 4 of Wands is about your thoughts become the house you live in. So it's a very important time. We have had the full moon in Scorpio, and next time we will have full moon in your sign. So it's a very beautiful time to start envision your future. So try to not think so much about what has been or what has been bad or what is going to be bad. Try to envision a beautiful future, like what you want to have instead of what you don't like and what you don't want. 4 of Wands is a beautiful card about self-love and being able to manifest your life, like your dream life. And it's also 4 of Wands is having beautiful foundation and beautiful boundaries. It's like being together in a relationship, but without this it's no roof and it's no walls. It's rather like free relationship, but founded in love and respect and boundaries and values. So this is how you need to treat yourself as well, to treat yourself with more self-respect and more love, and to keep yourself like safe and also grounded. Yeah, so it's like you're building on a new foundation here. The next card is 6 of Coins. So 6 of Coins is about balances, usually in relationship, in how much you are giving and receiving. So it needs to be balanced. You're supposed to do 50%. If you're doing too little, you need to make an effort to do more. And if you are doing too much, you need to make an effort and do a little bit lesser. So sometimes we have people over functioning, always being like goody goody, and leaving the other people to not function at all. So even if you think that you are being the responsible one, taking all the responsibility on your shoulders, what you're actually doing is you're crippling people around you and making them spoiled and not being able to really grow up. So what you need to do if you are overdoing things is to take a step back and to do only your fair share. It can be in work situation, in relationships, in family, with friends, with lovers, or your partner, that you need to leave other people also to take a little bit more space and more responsibility. Let them prove themselves to you a little bit more, so you can see that the relationship is like mutual from both ends. And because this is a time where we need to go into more balanced relationships. And of course, when it comes to parents and children or caretakers, and the one you're supposed to take care of, you can't have this the same balance. If it's your work, maybe you have more responsibility than people that have like lesser salary than you, or you have also maybe responsibility over patients and clients and things like this. So, but I'm talking about those relationships that are based on free will, like with the 4 of Wands here, the one that we have chosen to be in our life because we love them particularly much, or we are enjoying spending time with them. So in those relationships, yeah, it seems like you have been building on the balance here very beautifully. And this is in the past. For some of you watching in May, this might be in the now. And here we have a beautiful, beautiful 9 of Cups. It's a wishing card. It's about this vision again. Dreaming your future, dreaming what you want to have, like what would really make you satisfied, what would really make you feel relaxed and content, and that your needs are being met. 9 of Cups is it's also about relationships, that you sometimes often you have the relationship, maybe not the one that you want, but the one that you need to grow and to see also the contrasts in life. If you get a relationship which you don't want, you will be more know more what you actually do want. It's through experience, through actual experience, we will be able to know what we like and what we don't like and what we wish for. So this is a wishing card. It's time to really start to put the knots together and find out what you want to do with the rest of your life and how you want it to be. It's not so much about being accomplish things, as it is about finding out what's giving you pleasure and what's making you feel satisfied and enjoying your life and living a happy life. We are not here to perform, we are here to experience. So the 9 of Cups can indicate that you have very harmonious relationship right now, also with the 6 of Coins and 4 of Wands. And that you have done like a great job with envisioning this future, and now it's actually here, so it's time to also enjoy this. And here we have an 8 of Swords. It's Jupiter here in Gemini. We actually have, it's a little bit faint, maybe hard to see, but this is Jupiter in Pisces, and this is a card for Libra, and we actually have Jupiter going retrograde in Libra until June 10. So it's time to look upon the balances in your relationship again. 8 of Swords, it's sometimes we do a lot of things to make other people content, but that's actually, we need to restrain our own self to be able to do this. You need to go against everything your body is telling you to do to meet other people's needs. So And this is, of course, it's a part of being a responsible human being, but it's time to look at this. It's enhanced with Jupiter here, so it wants to make you aware of where you are kind of compromising yourself to be loved and liked and not having conflicts and so on and so forth. So look a little bit upon this. You don't need to change it immediately, but start to become aware of where you are doing things just to please others. And to not have conflict with people. Instead, you are letting your own body take the conflict. If you are too tired to do something, but you're saying yes anyway, you are letting your body take the conflict. So, situations like this. Eight of Swords is also, it's looking like you don't have so much problems here, but with Eight of Swords we can have a lot of like problematic situation that seems unsolvable, but it's not saying so much about actually about you. It's more, we always have challenges in our lives, and sometimes we can solve them, and sometimes we need to leave them to another day, and you will find a solution. So you don't have to have like a perfect life all the time and everything in order. If there's something that's bothering you and you need to make a decision about this, maybe let it grow a little bit upon you so you can see what the decision you actually want to be making. With Eight of Swords, it can be like the more you're thinking about this, the more entangled you get, and the more unsolvable the problem looks. So try to not think so much. Try to be in this poor body of yours instead, and feel the feelings of it, so you can start to know what you want yourself first and foremost. Your body is the instrument with which the divine is kind of trying to communicate with you. And if you're not listening and you just listen to the human beings around you, it's not a very divine road to walk on. You're supposed to listen inwardly and get like contact straight hotline with the divine, instead of listening to your voices maybe inside of you with this old record that's going again and again with the same repeating pattern that's from your childhood, how your caretakers or parents, what they told you to do and not to do, the dreams they had about you. And so this is, you need to peel it off. Like, you need to find out who you are and what you want and what's making you happy. So it's not so much about what other wants, it's about defining yourself here and finding out who you are and what you are all about. And here you have a Two of Cups, so it seems like you might have like you are in a relationship here, and it's the relationship that it might be friendship, relationship, co-workers, but it looks very romantic here. It's Venus here also, and it's like you're trying to make some kind of decision in the relationship, or you're trying to adjust yourself to be able to have this love. But I'm saying to you that you are more, you have a greater chance of becoming loved for the person that you really is or are, the person that you really are, instead of trying to be someone that you're not. Your lover, or the one that you want attention from, is going to know that you are fake or phony. So try to be like authentically you. Don't try to make you into something that you're not, because if a person loves you, they are supposed to love you for the person that you really are, instead of loving like an image that you want to give of yourself, of being in a certain kind of way. Be brave enough to pick forward the true you, and show a little bit more skin in this relationship, like more flesh and blood, like be more vulnerable and more open and more be very brave, and yet have this sense of boundaries, of like being able to know what you want and stand up for this with bravery, and gamble a little bit, because if you lose someone because you show them your true self, they weren't worth having from the start. So and everything now is about becoming your authentic self, and you can't hide away and try to maybe endure a situation that you're actually not enduring. Try to communicate instead of what's going on within you. Maybe you can get your surrounding to understand. Okay, so underneath the 4 of Wands here, this is in the now, we have a 5 of Cups. So 5 of Cups is sometimes mistakes or misfortunes, or becoming very disappointed upon something or someone, or how a certain situation is developing. It's a 4 of Wands here, so it might be that you are very disappointed upon a relationship. Maybe you have tried a lot and give a lot of love and give a lot of yourself in this relationship, and you're not really feeling that you are getting the response that you want to have. And this might be because you have been a little bit phony with the 8 of Swords. Maybe you have been not showing your true self. Maybe you said that you wanted one thing and the person believed you, but actually you wanted something else from them, and you weren't really honest about this, and now it's kind of backfiring here for you, because we need to be very authentic with who we are, and also be able to tell other people what we actually really want. So that they can understand our vision, and they can decide if they share our vision or not. You're not supposed to kind of manipulate people into being with you, and then when you have catched them in this web maybe, and you find out that they don't have the same goals as do you, and then you get really disappointed. So it's better to be honest from the beginning. If you want something particular, like if you want to raise on the place where you're working, you're supposed to tell, like, this is what I'm working for, this is what I'm making the effort for, because I want to prove myself to you that I'm worth more. So they know what's the deal. So they can keep an eye on you and see and make a judgment if they think that you are worth more money or not. And it's the same with relationships. If you want to only have like a casual relationship, you're not supposed to say that, well, yes, I want something for the long haul, when you don't want this. Or if you want something more stable, you're not supposed to say, well, yes, we can just be friends. That's a lie, and it's going to end up making you very disappointed. So try to be very clear about what you want from other people and from relationships and situations, so you can get an answer like more immediately if this is we are on the same page or not. So 5 of Cups, being very disappointed, feeling alone and deserted. And here you have the Chariot. So the Chariot is a card about balance between Sagittarius and Cancer, so between like adventure and more like this homey feeling, like more player kind of type, and more like relation kind of type. We have the balance here again. So it's like we all have different aspects inside of you. We want sometimes conflicting things, and it seems like you need to sort out this conflict within you to have it sort out on the outside of you, because it might be like, yes, you want to be free, but in the same time you don't want your partner to run around and being free, and so it's a conflict within you. And sometimes you need to see that we can get very irritated on people, maybe detaching from us or being too clingy and needy. And actually, when this is happening, we are upset or angry or repulsed by our own image, because the person that's on the outside is kind of showing us a shadow that we have inside of ourselves. So what you need to look is, you need to look upon your other side, your other half of you that wants to have more attention and be seen. It needs to be balanced between those two energies for this Chariot to be able to move forward. And we see here is the soul's light guiding you. So you need to also be having this ability to know what your body wants, like get your emotional feedback and listen to your thoughts, and not excessive thoughts, because many humans are very addicted to thinking, but write your thoughts down so you can let them be, so you don't have to have like an open library all the time. Write them down, and you can go back and check what kind of epiphany you had before, so you don't have to think and think and think to keep it in your waking mind. So this is a way to relax your thinking, to write it down, and then you have it in print and you can go back, so your mind doesn't have to work so excessively with this. So balance and truth, and to only take responsibility for your fair share, and to also show responsibility is also important. It needs to be balance, and don't for some of you, it's with the Chariot here, it can be like wanting to come out on top, wanting to be the one that's on top and not vulnerable, and that's not a very brave way to confront the world. You are supposed to be pure and honest and vulnerable, and yet strong and brave. So it's just your ego getting in the way if you want to come out on top and be the one that doesn't care, or looking like indestructible. This is the ego, and it's not something that's going to gain you. It's going to make you just very insecure and unhappy and stuck. So the very central card here is the Lover. So it seems like many of you have a beautiful love relationship. The first row is talking about this, but in the same time, maybe you feel a little bit stuck, or maybe afraid to lose your authentic self in this relationship, or you have encountered someone else that's are afraid to maybe take the next step within the relationship. So again, the Lovers is, as the Chariot, is a mirror. And you also have the Six of Coins here. So it seems like this balance between you and the other person is very important, to listen to both persons' point of view and maybe try to find some kind of compromise if you still want to go into the future together. It can be a relationship, a love relationship, but it can also be other types of relationship where you're actually mirroring something within each other. So take the other person as well serious, because they have something to teach you. And it's also about evolution. The more you experience of other cultures, other people's way of thinking, taking in more and more, the more experience you yourself will be, and the more grounded decision you can make for the future. And the Lover comes underneath Nine of Cups. So if someone is, if you're hesitating on your relationships, for now at least, it seems like, yes, it might be a little bit sad, and you might not be able to sort everything out, and you maybe feel not loved for the person that you are. But there's very many positive cards here talking for this relationship, that it has very stable foundation anyway. So the next card here is a Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is about putting out boundaries, and here you are more protecting your body, because you're standing like in the doorway to your house. Your house is where is your body, of course, where your soul rejoices. So here you are more like a victim, in a victim situation, but here you're starting to say no to what you don't want, and maybe yes, hopefully also to what you do want. So maybe you are learning here to put more, talking more truthful in a relationship, telling people more exact what you are about, and what you're risking the relationship a little bit by exposing your true wishes. And this is very good, because you are not supposed to have a relationship based upon a lie, or some kind of convenience where you don't really tell the other person how you are feeling, because you don't want to risk the relationship. But here, both when it comes to work-related, family, friends, lovers, you are starting to actually stand up for yourself, and starting to say what you actually want and need, and don't want and don't need. the next card is the Temperance card. So Temperance is about, much like the Chariot, mix fire and water. We have fire, Sagittarius, and water, Cancer. Fire, water. It's 7, this is 14, so it's kind of twice as much. It's going very hastily here forward with your evolution. We have here your soul's light guiding you. Now your soul wants to come in to this situation. So the Temperance card is actually the second card for love, also in the major arcana. First we have the Lovers, and then we have the Temperance, which are the alchemic wedding. And we also have the Two of Cups here, and the Four of Wands, and all those cards are talking about wedding and relationships and romance. But it's like you're mirroring your own shadow. You are mirroring a part of yourself that's kind of hidden. If you haven't become whole and enlightened, of course, then you're probably going to meet another whole and enlightened person. But for most of us, we are mirroring our shadow, and we are deciding to live with this shadow for the rest of our lives and to find out more about it. So it's a very beautiful commitment, but it's only for the brave. So this is really going to give you the experience that you need to see yourself more clearly and find things with you that you might have been locked away. So when we're meeting someone else, we are usually very unlike each other. We have different way of communicating, different views about the future. Much of us is like not really the same, like Mars and Venus, two cultures clashing. And we need to learn our different ways of communicating and get more experience. So when a person kind of attacks you in the conflict or so, you might learn a lot from that and take things with you. So you are getting experience, and the other person is also supposed to get a lot of experience. And eventually both of you have become like more than you were before. You knew this much before, and now you know this much. And you get to know each other, and therefore you can become like more supportive of one another. And the relationship can be more win-win situation where both parties are doing equally much and supporting each other. That's the goal, but the road there is filled with conflicts. So it's not happily ever after. It's then the work will begin, and how your demons dance so well with one another. So don't expect only roses. Expect more, because you are with a person of flesh and blood, and that's relationship is always challenging. So here with the Four of Wands and the Five of Cups, yeah, things they weren't really exactly what you wanted, but you can work with this. Okay, Three of Coins is perfection, working towards perfection, trying, like there might be like some difficulties in a partnership, relationship, family situation, work situation, where you need to use your skill and effort to make things better. It's like having a healing program, or being able to take the necessary discussion to find out what's going to be the next course of action to heal this situation and make it better. So it's a Three of Coins, so it's about making things better, using the experience that you have up till now to do things better for each and every one, not only for yourself, but it's like keep on trying, keep on fixing things together, like having a common goal, finding out what can you do, what can I do, what can we do together to fix this. So it's like, yes, a healing program, or using your skills to take you past this little patch in the road. You have sevens here. Sevens are spiritual growth due to challenges and situation that you don't really control. It just comes to you and wants to have your attention and wants to have your solution. And when you have found a solution, you will also have been more experienced. So here we have the devil, the one that you are about to marry. Here we have an angel and the devil. So everyone is at the right place. And it's this with the balance, again, that you're mirroring your shadow during this period. I'm not saying that everyone is going to a wedding, but it's like an eternal process also for many of you. If you heard a snoring right now, it was my dog that's really bored with this reading, I guess. So taking in your shadow side, making balance inside yourself between what's known and what's not known, because we all have sides of ourselves that we might not like. We don't want to show those sides. Here your body is restrained because we want to be loved, but here it's about starting to find out for yourself first and foremost who you actually are, and your true reactions, your true emotions, your true wants and needs, because here they are restrained and they are not supposed to. So go into your shadow and try to find out what it is that you have been putting into prison, because it's time for you to take this out. And the devil, your shadow part, has talents and personality traits and things that you actually are going to need in the future. And we also need to become more whole to go through this evolution which humanity is going through right now. And so from now on, you are going to be more authentically you and not trying to be nice to fit other people. So finding out your true self, your true want and your true needs, and finding places where you can use this. Okay, you might have a really angry person in the basement. So when can you use an angry person? When you need to stand up for justice, for example, when you need to protect someone, maybe your children or someone that's weaker than you, then it's very good to become angry. So you can use the personalities traits that you don't like with yourself in chosen situation, and let those archetypes within you shine. It's also about needs that have been oppressed, and for some of you, you might have been, I feel like many of you have tried to do a lot of things for other people to become loved, and now maybe it's time to start loving yourself and giving a little bit more energy back to you. It's like this light wants to shine through here. And you don't have to be so disappointed if you're like aiming more energy towards yourself and building on your own personal growth and your own life, instead of focusing so much about what you can get from others. So try to turn a little bit inwardly, and you will find a lot of answers there to your different problems. Underneath the Nine of Cups and the Lovers, we have an Ace of Wands. So it's very important to have strict goals. Here you have the Four of Wands. This is like the magnifying glass here. That's if you put all your energy and focus into one point, you will have a lot of it's a very great attraction point for what you really want. If you're focusing upon this, what you want to create in your life, you will give a lot of strength to this idea. So it's like you're using the law of attraction here to make your chariot move forward towards your dreams. It's like a plane lifting, like a plan lifting, a plan being decided upon, and it's a plan that's including your darker sides, or maybe another person's darker sides, because you can also have to deal with other people's shadows. We see here we have the 6, and this is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6, the Lovers. You are marrying your shadow. And we also have the 8 of Swords here. So people trying to not have a shadow. They're trying to be only one side of the coin. And that's making you have to control yourself. You have to remodel yourself into being something that you're not. It's unnatural. So we want the natural movement in your system and your body and in your life. So getting more life in here, more passion. So as I said, for some of you, you will have to deal with another person's shadow. It's very important when you have to deal with a person that might be a little bit dramatic, to not become dramatic or reactive yourself. Try to stay calm and cool. Don't take things that they do personally, and you can't control them. With the devil, sometimes we want to control other people, but you don't have control. You barely have control of yourself. And what I see, you are not supposed to have so much control of yourself. You are supposed to let more of yourself shine forward here. So try to be grounded and become like very emotionally mature and brave, and try to not engage so much in drama. Look upon your feelings every time you feel you want to be dramatic. Stay with your feelings instead, and see what they want to tell you. It's the message from your shadows, from your past pain and hurts probably. And here we have a Four of Cups. So it's again with this dream and this envision and something that's making you disappointed. It's like you're giving up a little bit here and thinking, well, I won't ever have this, exactly what I dream about. And maybe that's so for right now. Maybe you need to withdraw a little bit from other people to be able to put boundaries, because if they mean the world to us, it's very hard for us to put boundaries. So I have a little exercise for you. It's about putting yourself in a mindfulness state, like being able to be here and now, so you don't have to go into reaction. It's actually a method you can use against very dramatic people, both on the outside and inside of you. Imagine that you are a rock, like a granite rock outside in the sunlight. And when you look at your past, you see only green forest. And when you look at your future, you see only green forest. Nothing there, no past, no future. And no expectations. When you are in this state of expecting something to come, but it won't come, you will start to feel anticipation, and you will be drawn out of the your now and be put in a situation where you're just waiting for something. And this is not a mindfulness state, so no expectations. And you don't have control over unhappy events that will happen. Things will happen all the time. Life is challenging. It's always going to challenge you. And also don't take things personally. So this might be able to put you in a state where you can be much more yourself, and not like minding so much if people will still be there for you when you start to show your true self or not. Because you are going to be put in a very state of here and now, and with self-love that's going to be very nurturing for you, and building on this foundation that we saw with the Four of Wands as well. So I think you need to detach a little bit from your life situation and people in your life, not maybe with day-to-day like engaging with them, but with this having this emotional connection and like being dramatic whenever they do something that you don't want them to do. They have their free will. You don't have control, and it's not personal. It's not about you usually. And if it is, they are dramatic and they're trying to engage you in drama, and you're not supposed to react. I am a rock. I have no past. I have no future. I have no expectation. I have no control. I don't take things personally. This is how you are going to be able to put through your new boundaries, and not caring so much more about what other people thinks about you, but actually tuning into yourself instead, here and now, and whatever is. It's Six of Coins, the Lovers, Four of Cups. I think you need to withdraw a little bit from some relationships that have been, you need to give, as I said, the responsibility to the other person. It needs to be 50-50. So you can do your fair share and they do their fair share. And that's enough. So you don't have to bend over backwards to keep this relationship. If you lose it, it wasn't your relationship to begin with. This person didn't love you for the one person that you are, so it wasn't worth having. So let things, lose things that's not like really grounded in who you really are. A person that not really love you for the one that you really are, or friends not being there for you when it's a rainy day. Okay. So the next card here is Ace of Cups. So what's actually going to come then, it's you connecting with your body. Because when you put yourself in this mindfulness state, no past, no future, no expectation, what you have left is your body and your breath and your heartbeat and the feelings in your body. The feelings in your body is also very good to be able to put you in a mindfulness state and to not think so much, like excessively. We see here it goes from 2 of Cups through the Temperance card through the Ace of Cups. So it's also about opening your heart space, and it can sound contradictory, but when you become having this rock foundation and solidity, you will become much more brave, and you will be in the body that's love. You are going to be like love and more compassionate towards other people and more compassionate towards yourself as well. So it seems like it's going to be some new ignition here within love, because all those cards is about love, and this is about self-love and finding that your body is an instrument to be able to talk with the divine. And before you couldn't, because you have restrained yourself and your body and you didn't listen to your intuition. But now first you, it's like dreaming about something, you're longing for something, and what you are longing for are yourself. When you find yourself, you find love, because they are the same. And when you put yourself in a mindfulness state, you find yourself. You are already there. So you just need to get away with the bus, like your thoughts and what everyone else is going to think. And if you have the right to say yes or no, or thinking about the different consequences and thinking about like what that person said and what you said and who was right and who was wrong. And here you don't do that anymore. You just put yourself in position within the body and connect with your true self and with your true source. And from here on, you are going to know, you are going to be very much in tune with what you want and what you don't want. And you're going to know what's good for you and what's not good for you, because you're going to feel it. And then you are going to be able to say yes or no. So this is very beautiful. This is your road towards actually getting your needs met, because from now on you're going to know which those needs are. So, my dear Capricorn, I hoped that made some sense. I will take some cards for you from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Maybe we can see a little bit more what's going on here with you exactly. So we have Ice Queen wants to come out. Ideas preserved, non-action entitlement. So for some of you, it's going to be like you need to back away a little bit from a relationship or a situation to be able to create this balance. We have 2 aces here as well. Ace of Wands, fire, water. Fire, water, fire, water. So it's about being brave enough to take in your other side and not minding what you lose in the meantime. It's like divine timing. Balance is going to have to be created in this time, and you might have to detach from things that you are going to have to lose during this period because it wasn't real. And also lose things that later are going to come back to you because they were real. So this is a moment of truth when you need to become your authentic self. You need to get back balance in your life and then wait and see what's actually yours and what wasn't. So I feel a little bit sadness with this, and it might be what you have been a little bit disappointed on as well. But I think you already knew this when you were in the Chariot here, that there was something like this going on. Chariot, the Lovers, Temperance, it's all about this with mirroring yourself in others and being able to take in your shadow and see what's the next step. What is that I have been unable to do before that I need to be brave enough to do now to make this new start and to integrate my shadow in myself. So past life oracle card as well. Maybe we can see a little bit what it is with the 8 of Swords there. What you are trying to, why you are trying to behave, what you are afraid of. So food and hunger and farm. Okay, yes, of course you are afraid of starvation. If especially within love, like not getting the love that you need and want. So therefore you have been restraining yourself, and that's so clear. Of course, this is why we compromise ourselves, because we want our needs met. From a farm you can get all your needs met, and you don't want to go hungry. Maybe if you don't do your fair share, people will keep the key to the food away from you. It's like in those olden days. You can have memories of this. And now, so it's a little bit of time where you need to, it's like winter, and you need to live on what you have stored, and the spring is going to come back with so much more beauty towards you, and it's going to be like much less compromising with the Ace of Wands here. So if it's not really yours, it's not worth having. You're supposed to not compromise. How can you recognize the person you're supposed to be with if you are compromising yourself? How are they supposed to recognize you? So become your more authentic self. Try to work on this, being in your true emotions and not restraining yourself anymore. Become more fluid and take the consequences of this. Don't put yourself in this mindfulness state, and you won't be so afraid of the consequences, because when you are in this state you will be able to take whatever situation is coming on. It's just situations. Okay, so I hope this helped, and I want you to take really good care. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the middle of June. Okay, bye bye.